Imagine if you were 12 years old and carrying a message that the world keeps trying to forget. It's not homework, it's definitely not video games, but the memory of a disaster that once erased an entire city in seconds. In Hiroshima, Japan, amongst the quiet trees and peaceful pathways of the Peace Memorial Park, there is a boy in a bright yellow bib. On the back is written in big English letters. It says, "Please feel free to talk to me in English." His name is Shun Sasaki. He isn't a tour guide for money. This isn't a school assignment. He's there because he believes in forgetting is very dangerous. Shun started coming to this park when he was just 7 years old. Most kids his age would be watching cartoons or playing games or doing anything else but coming to a park. Shun was learning history. Not the fun kind of history though, he was learning that painful kind. The kind that still echoes through his family. His great-grandmother was a survivor of the atomic bomb, Hiroshima. When the bomb exploded in 1945, her house collapsed, burying her under the rubble. She lived, but scars never really left. Years later, an illness did take her life, as a silent reminder that the past doesn't always stay in the past. But now Shun stands in the same city, in that same park, telling strangers what happened. His English isn't perfect, but it is confident. It's real, it's honest. About twice a month, he walks up to foreign visitors and simply says, "Hello." When he asks where they're from and then what brought them to Hiroshima, he then gently leads them through the park. And he explains all the memorials and the stories and the statues and the names carved in stone. And then he shares something personal, not from a textbook, but from his own family. When you go to visit the big tourist spots in Japan, people often expect a quick walk and a few photos, and smiling, and selfies. But instead they find themselves listening to a child explain war, loss, and peace, with clarity that many adults struggle to express. One visitor from Canada said that hearing Shun talk about his great-grandmother made the entire experience different. It wasn't just about history anymore, it was becoming more human, more real, and much more personal. The park itself is quiet, almost serene. Birds do chirp and leaves move in the wind, but you feel the peace all around you. Shun knows what this place once was. It was a city turned to ash in an instant. Over 100,000 lives long lost by the end of that year. Families were gone, street erased. But he keeps repeating this one simple idea. We should talk to each other instead of fighting. He doesn't shout that. He doesn't demand attention. He just says it calmly, like it's obvious. His volunteer work has already reached thousands of visitors. He's even earned the honor of speaking at a major peace ceremony, something most adults would be very nervous to do. Yet he stands there with steady eyes and a quiet confidence. What makes his story so powerful isn't his age, it's that it's his choice. He could spend his weekends doing literally anything else. But instead, he chooses to stand in a park filled with memories and tell strangers, please don't forget. Because to him, the most dangerous thing isn't the disaster that happened anymore. It's silence, it's time passing, and it's history fading. Maybe that's why so many people stop when they see a boy with a yellow bib. Because sometimes the strongest voices for peace come from the youngest hearts.